This is Game 4 of the KSK Invitational semis. Between, spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map, is the red Protoss Skeleblade. And his opponent, spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, is the orange Protoss JR Blitz. So really great game out of both these guys. A few minutes ago, ooh, early scout here coming from Skeleblade. Gas fairly early here from JR Blitz. He's looking to work his way up the tech ladder a little bit quicker, get that cybernetics core a little bit earlier than his opponent. Scout comes in here uncontested. JR Blitz still hasn't sent his own, so he is kind of going in blind a little bit. Oh, this probe is moving onto the back of the map. Oh, no. Just going to chill back there, not do much of anything. I'm not sure JR... Oh, did he? But... Get it! Well, Skeleblade's probe is going to just live back there. JR Blitz is not aware that it is even there, even though he saw it twice and did have his probe selected at the time. So Skeleblade is going to get a pretty awesome... Oh no, this zealot is going to move out across, so he is not going to get a second scout off. He is going to try to pinch him in there against the wall. It looks like, yeah, he is able to get him. So no second scout off from Skeleblade. Kind of threw away a probe there. Could have brought that back home. Forge coming out here from Skeleblade, as well as a Stalker. Yeah, Warp Gate Tech coming out from Skeleblade. Looks like he may be trying to do a similar aggression game that he tried to do in Game 2. That was a really effective game. This sort of map has similar rush distances to that second map on Central Protocol. So expansion from JR Blitz is about halfway complete, and this scout's going to get a pretty decent view. No, it's not going to be able to get by this ramp at all. Oh! See anything? Well, saw that he's taking gas, so that's something. Ooh, JR Blitz is taking a very, very early robotics facility. That's 3 minutes, and that's a robotics facility right now. It's pretty early. He is banking up quite a bit of gas. He is not opting to get any sort of blink, any sort of stalkers, and Skeleblade. Oh, I fucking love it. I fucking love it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a Dark Shrine. No forward advanced pylon, but one probe is moving out right now. Let's see where he's headed. I am not sure. Oh, he is moving up here, so there will be a pylon most likely dropped right here. Now, JR Blitz currently does not have any sort of detection. He has not even started a forge yet. He's got zero detection out on the map. This probe is going to get a decent amount of information from his opponent. Oh, he's just going to sit there at the bottom of the ramp. An Adept and a Zealot and a Stalker are going to move up here. Maybe they will see it and actually move forward and take it out. Mothership Core also moves up here as a defensive posture at the top of the ramp. But this is looking... I like what I'm seeing out of Skeleblade. He's getting the Dark Shrine. He's building up a really decent bank. He can drop 2 Dark Templars right now and actually get up here. And possibly, if he does drop, he does have enough now for... Yeah, he has enough for 2. But if he was able to split them up, that would be really a really good win there for him. If he's able to get one in this mineral line and a second one in this mineral line, they'll do a huge amount of damage. JR Blitz does have an observer out, but I don't think... No, he is not aware of the proxy pylon that's at his 4th, I guess you could call it. This observer, though, will scout this off fairly quickly. JR Blitz is going to want to be dropping down some sort of a forge. He's got no forge tech right now. He's just going pure gateway. Speedlings, So we've got no detection other than an observer, but that observer is on the wrong side of the map. A few units are moving out here. And again, this is pretty much the exact same build we saw the very first... we saw in the second game of Central Protocol. Same unit comp, 2 Stalkers. There were 3 Zealots the first time, but there's the same amount of Dark Templar. And with no detection right now for JR Blitz, this is not going to be looking pretty. Ooh, that Immortal goes down really quickly. Without that Immortal, JR Blitz is going to have a very difficult time actually finding this. But he does nothing that can shoot up right now. This Observer is going to be able to detect all these Dark Templars, and this Mothership Core is going to be able to clean up all of the Dark Templars eventually. He just needs to bide his time. He does have full energy, though, on this Mothership Core. He should be trying to drop down at least an overcharge on one of his pylons, but he's opting to not even do that. The observer is still here, is able to detect everything that's happening. He lost, actually, quite a bit there. He isn't going to be able to clean up this. Ooh, but this is a big loss. Pretty decent attacker from Skeleblade. He's warping in more Dark Templar. He's going to try to move in. Let's take a look at the unit loss tab. 22 workers were killed for JR Blitz. Opting to do a run-by, he wants to get rid of JR Blitz's economy. So he finally does finally clean up the attack, but Skeleblade is putting on more aggression. He's just going to be keep sending Dark Templar up. JR Blitz, though, is under supply in workers by a very large margin right now. He is defending well. He does have his Observer back with his army, so nothing's going to be able to get up this ramp anymore. This attack was very successful for Skeleblade, but he just needs to pull back now, tech up, probe up a little bit, get his econ game going. He's finally getting his expansion. He is going to be able to expand to it. JR Blitz, though, is doing a very good job getting his worker count back up. He is overcharging, not overcharging. He is he's doing a very decent job getting his worker count back up. I can't remember what the heck it's called on the Nexus there, where you drop it on something and you make it speed up. You know, I'm pro-level caster here. Yeah, so he's got the overcharge now on the robotics facility. He wants to get out more Immortals more quickly. He has got also another overcharge on his first Nexus there. He's trying to get his worker count back up, and would you look at that? The attack was only 90 seconds ago, and he's already even in workers. Really good job there by JR Blitz to come back from that and defend against it. He still, though, does not have a forge down on the field. He finally gets the Twilight Council back up and running, but he did lose one gateway from that, so he is a gateway behind, especially Skeleblade is sitting on, oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is that? No, robotics facility. 7 gates. 7 gates! Skeleblade does not have the income right now to actually be utilizing those 7 gates effectively, but would you look at that? JR Blitz has got 15 of 16 on one mineral patch, and the other one's 10 over 8. He's actually back up. He's actually got his worker supply back up to where he needs it to be to actually compete in this game, and he's doing an excellent job with that. Probe transfer coming here from Skeleblade. Skeleblade's doing I like Skeleblade's unit composition right now. He's doing an interesting job. One thing that he did in the first few games was get a lot of sentries very early on. He utilized that energy, and it was almost devastating for JR Blitz on Arena in the last matchup. With that choke point, he took out probably close to 30 or 40 supply, just cutting off part of the army and picking them off one by one on that small choke point on the bridge. We'll see if he can utilize that in this matchup as well. This big wide ramp, JR does have a tendency to let his army go attack whatever it wants, so it does have the ability to, or it is prone to come down here. And if he is able to block off a few of these with the sentry shields, it will be pretty decent pickoffs for him. But we'll see if that actually happens. Jared Blitz finally does have his gateway tech up to something decent. He has 6 of them here in his main base. Nothing down on the lower level, but with warp gate tech, all you need is a pylon. But only 2 pylons here, almost in a defensive posture at the top of the ramp. His opponent does have... No, he has not opted to do any sort of defensive... I guess these are defensive with the cannons in play here. If he does overcharge, there's quite a bit for JR to deal with. And this high Zealot count is actually looking pretty dangerous right now. These Zealots do have charge, so they're going to get on top of this army extremely quickly. Ooh, yeah, 6 more Stalkers coming out here, and finally we're seeing a Forge come out from JR Blitz. I think he is committing to a ground force. He should be trying to tech up a little bit. His opponent, though, on the other side of the map is almost finished 1-1. Now, with the same sort of army supply, this 1-1 is going to be a huge difference. JR Blitz has surpassed his opponent and has got a better tech. Skeleblade has allowed him to come back. But with no third base and nearly mined out in his main, this is not going to be looking for JR Blitz. He's going to need to save up a little bit of money. He does have the supply right now, and 2 gold bases at the front of his base, as well as a decent army supply. He should try to move out as soon as he can. He does have 2 observers on the map. What is he, Pig Baby? And his opponent, Skeleblade, is decided he is going to move out. He is going to take a third base. He wants to get that econ game going a little bit sooner. I think that was a big issue for him in Arena. He's identified that, and he's going to try to do a better job with it. Now, these Zealots are going to cut through the Immortals actually very quickly. JR's unit composition has actually got a lot of Immortals, so if these Zealots do have the ability to get on top of the Immortals, he's going to lose them extremely quickly, despite there being no Phoenixes out on the map for either player right now. I do not see any sort of Stargate from either one of those. He is chrono boosting out an upgrade finally. Oh, sorry, not. He's getting +1 finally, JR Blitz, but his opponent on the other side of the base is already starting to get +2. Now that's pretty impressive. That, despite the +1 advantage he's going to have, when that +2 finishes, is going to be huge. Neither player, though, either player is floating or deciding to go with a ground force, but neither player has decided to go for like a double forge robotics facility here for JR. So that's kind of interesting. He's going to try to do Colossus, I guess. I think that's the right tech tree. Okay, Skeleblade is decided he's going to move his army out across the map right now. He wants to take a look at what JR is doing. He's feeling pretty confident about his army supply, and rightfully so. He's sitting at 91/84, and with these charge lights, he's going to get on top of this army really quickly. Ooh, but all of the Zealots go down almost immediately. A lot of shields come out of here for the sentries, and he does lose a lot of army supply. Pretty decent trade, but that Mothership Core is doing a lot of damage for JR Blitz. And these Immortals, though, they are going uncontested right now. All the Zealots and part of Skeleblade's army, they just streamed in and they got taken out right away. The army did not move in together and kind of streamed in. JR Blitz took advantage of that, took out the Zealots. If those Zealots do go get on top of these Stalkers, they're going to eat through them very, very quickly. Skeleblade does get his third base expansion at the gold over to the right of his natural. And he's pretty much mined out at his main base. One of the geysers is completely gone as well. And he has not transferred workers over. His opponent on the other side of the base is doing a decent job with his macro compared to last game. He is transferring workers fairly efficiently. Neither player is going up to that tier 3 tech structure. They're sticking with gateway units, trying to get +1 attacks. JR Blitz finally does end up getting this Colossus. That is a fairly common thing for JR to do. It works extremely well, especially when you're looking at this sort of unit composition. This high unit count, they're they're light units, you know, sentries, zealots, and adepts are all considered light. So the Colossus lasers are going to do an excellent job cutting through this and just getting some DPS down. If you want to be able to get those shields down as low as you can, you know, as a Terran player, you have those ghosts, you have the ability to drop EMPs, get rid of the shields, and then jump on top of the army. But as a Protoss player, you need a different type of DPS, and the Colossus is a decent addition for this army. The Arthos is absolutely incredible. They're both sitting at pretty much the exact same supply. They're pretty much scaling in the same direction equally, even though Skeleblade, though, does get an expansion. He is going to be up 1 base. He is in a defensive posture right now, but JR Blitz is at his front door. He does have that proxy pylon for reinforcements to come in, and JR Blitz is floating a decent bank right now. He is sitting at 200 supply, so he can max out as quickly as he wants to right now. As quickly as he can, actually. Looks like he's going to try to move in here with a bit of an attack. Nope, he's going to back out, just going to take a look, try to peek in, see if he can draw anybody out. Looks like these guys, though, are on hold command. Looks like there's going to be an attack coming in here very soon. Defender's advantage, though, for Skeleblade. You know, we do have pylons, and the Mothership Core does have full energy right now. So a few overcharges right now will look pretty good. His fourth base is up and running. It is mining. Sorry, third base is up and running and mining. His second base is just completed. JR Blitz is actually one base behind right now. He is not aware of that. Both players, though, are getting shields, and JR Blitz is adding on more Colossus, while Skeleblade is opting to get with a bit of a heavier tank unit with those Immortals. Ooh, JR Blitz has activated his shields. Looks like he's going to go in, and this is a good attack. I'm not sure. Oh my god. Time Warp's coming down here from both sides. That Colossus in the back is going to be taken out, but is dealing a lot of damage right now. Only a few Stalkers are left. It's looking fairly decent for JR Blitz. He does an aggressive blink forward. He gets on top of these Immortals. If he's able to take them out, no. All that's left is the Immortals right now. Skeleblade does hold on very well. The Mothership Core doesn't go down for him. He is sitting with all of his Immortals left, but there is a definite Immortal advantage for JR Blitz right now. And without the ability to take out the Immortals with no Zealots, they can shoot through. You need that light attack to get through the heavy shields of the Immortals. JR Blitz does have a supply advantage right now, but it doesn't mean much when you have that defender's advantage. You have the ability to warp in things quicker. It's easier to get across the map. And the overcharge right now. JR Blitz has not started to produce his Mothership Core again. I'm not even sure if he realizes that it is gone. No, he's not actually making it right now. He's just making Colossus and keeping with his army tech right now. JR Blitz is floating a huge amount of gas right now. He's going to be wanting to think about maybe teching up to Stargates, getting some Phoenixes in this. Phoenix is always the correct answer as a Protoss versus Protoss to get rid of the opponent's Colossus. But so far, no Stargates from either player. Looks like these guys are going to move out in the middle of the map. They're going to try to face each other. A few Stalkers get pulled back. No, JR Blitz is going to pull them back. They're dancing around each other, each one of these balls, and it looks like they're going to go in, try to face each other. Good amount of DPS here from the Colossus. They are cutting through all the Zealots in the front. Decent job from Skeleblade, though. Skeleblade is eating through this army fairly quickly. The first Colossus goes down. Second one, no, JR Blitz is going to pull back. He feels like this is too much. Skeleblade, rightfully so. He does have a bigger army advantage right now. JR Blitz does retreat back. He is trying to attempt to take his fourth base at the higher area, but Skeleblade is fully aware that it is there. He does not have Blink on his Stalkers, so there is going to be no attack coming out here right now. He is transferring over 10 workers. More army from Skeleblade coming across, just building Stalkers, keeping it simple, not trying to over-tech or overdo anything. He is sitting on a huge supply advantage, or sorry, a huge resource advantage right now. Oh, interesting. Trying to get inside the head of JR Blitz, see if that actually does affect him. You're going to try to focus fire some of those illusioned Immortals. Try to pull forward those Colossus. Oh my god. All of these Immortals are just eating through this army like nothing. Skeleblade is just killing off JR Blitz's entire army supply right now. We're looking at a 45-2. This is not looking good for JR Blitz. Skeleblade is going to move in. He's going to take out this Nexus right here. Going to take out the probes, get the advantage. No Warpins coming in right now. I'm not sure he's aware of the fourth base, but I don't think it matters right now. This is a huge advantage for Skeleblade. He's doing such an excellent job. There is a fifth base going down for JR Blitz. He takes out the Nexus, takes out all that energy, is moving up the ramp. It's going to take out this and all the probes. JR Blitz is behind by a large margin right now, both in army and in workers. If you look at that supply right now, 103 to 38 and falling. This is not looking good for JR Blitz. He's going to have to figure out something right now if he wants to stay in this game. But so far, all he's doing is just building up what resources he has available to him. His main base is mined out. His natural is mined out. He just has probes sitting there. He's got no Nexus so far mining. And Skeleblade is going to move across. He is going to find that fifth base. He is going to kill it off. And JR Blitz I feel like the GG is going to be coming pretty soon from him. This does not look good for him. A few probes are moving out across. They're going to get sniped. Yep, they're going to get sniped. Skeleblade doing an excellent job to force a game 5. He wants to get through to tomorrow night. Or tomorrow in the afternoon. He's doing an excellent job right now. Jared Blitz is sitting at the top of his ramp with 22 army supply to the 101, 147 supply to 41. It is not looking good for him. This is going to be a quick game. It's going to be over in a few seconds, but Jared Blitz just does not want to tap out. He wants to force it. He wants to make Skeleblade earn his final game. Moves up the ramp. Oh, a few shields come down. He's going to pick off. A kind of a reversal from last game. Does pick off, but he is going to lose. Oh, does he lose? No, he's not going to lose. These sentries, though, only have a certain amount of energy. Only a few cutoffs can actually happen. The army, Skeleblade's army is on top of JR's. He's going to eat through the rest of this. 4-0 army supply, no army left. JR Blitz calls GG. And Skeleblade takes game 4 and forces the final game.